as I talked about before, we've got this main drive joystick here. We've got a pedal, and we've also got a thumb rocker here. So you can change between any of these drive modes. So say I set off going in pedal.
Yep.
In fact, we don't really like to call them drive modes anymore, because the drive modes don't really exist anymore. If I want to go onto the stick, I just tap on the stick.
Stick takes over.
Stick takes over. It's caught the speed there, so we'll just do a bit of a lap of the field here, just to sort of show this off. I can drop back onto the pedal at any time. You'll see the little icon change over onto the pedal. So if you get to the head and you want to whiz round, just put your foot on the accelerator, and you can lock that set speed in on the joystick. Just feather it back and speed up on the joystick. And then we've got this roller speed control that I talked about. So this is like the third driving style, really. So to engage that, we just tap the stick over to the right. You see we get a pop-up just telling us we've gone into it. And then we've got real fine speed adjustment.
Right,
then.
so that's an adjustment of a cruise, really, is it?
Yeah, it's almost like a live cruise. So you just tap into it. It's not a preset cruise. It basically just takes on from any point that you're at. So if you're going along at 7k and you tap it over, it's holding 7k until you make a bit of an adjustment in the speed there.
So you can fine tune it, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's like by sort of 0.1 of a kilometre per hour, so a little tap there. Right. It's got a detent as well, so if you want to drive it like you're driving on a stick, you just stick it up into the detent and you can take off. Right. We found that it's particularly useful, like running alongside combines, foragers, potato harvesters, when you're just wanting to make those real fine adjustments. I mean, to be honest, the old system, the drive modes were very simple to use, but you did have to go in and actually select which one you wanted to be in. In this, there's no thought process really.
No, it's just that.
Exactly, tap there, and you actually find you do change between drive modes because it's so easy to do quite a lot.
So you were saying with the little thumb roller, that's 0.1 of a kilometre increase or decrease.
Yes.
It does that.
Yeah.
And then with the main drive lever, how much does that increase or decrease?
Right. So there's a few different ways really. So because we've got different aggressiveness of that, so you can customize this to be as aggressive or as sort of gentle on the take up as you want to.
And you do that through the screen, do you?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So we've got this transmission widget here at the top. Any of these widgets we can tap on and interact with. So if we tap on that one, it'll open up transmission settings. We've got response there, so it's a bit like a mixing desk really. But so what we've got here is we've got, for pedals, you've got 1, 2, and 3 aggressiveness. And then joystick 1, 2, and 3 again.
So you can really tailor it and fine tune it.
Exactly. Right. I mean, as a bare minimum, you could leave them both on exactly the same. Or you could say, right, well, when I go onto the pedal, I want it to be a bit more gentle on the take up, so I'll make that the 1, and joystick, I want it to be quite aggressive. So if the chopper starts to pull away, you want to catch up. You can.
Well, we're not forage drivers like that. They just lower it to themselves, aren't
well, they've got that power just waiting until they get a clear spot, haven't they? So this is there. So you aggressive. You want to tap that stick forward and catch up. But you'll see as well, not every operation is as cut and dry as that. So you don't necessarily want to be really harsh acceleration and deceleration all the time. So if you're running a round baler and you want to stop very, very sharp, but you want real gentle take up when you go back into the swath, you can actually adjust that. So you can let's take the joystick as an example. In that mode, your acceleration and deceleration is the same. But if we just wind that down, now what will happen is your acceleration will be very aggressive, but then when you back off, it'll be really gentle. Likewise, if we go on the minimum one and set that the decel up to full, you can really gently ease into it on the stick to start off, but then when you pull back, it's a very quick sudden stop. So again, it comes back to you can get as much or as little out of that as you want. So as a bare minimum, you can just set your headline numbers. They'll be defaulted to we call it the cheese wedge, the 3, 1, 2, and 3. So that's as a basic setting. But for your more advanced operators, they can go in and really start to nail the details and refine it exactly how they want to drive it. There's a few things as well, so around it. So if you're wanting to set a minimum RPM speed, so this is all operating itself. It works on a speed-based system where you set the forward speed of the tractor, and it does the work of changing the gear ratio, the engine speed automatically. You're
giving it that target to try and achieve.
Exactly, and it's working.
So it's out the revs and the ratios.
Exactly, correct. But you can set a minimum RPM as well on the hand throttle there. So if you a particular job you're doing, you need that power there at the ready.
Keep the fan speed up or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. You can set your minimum RPM on the hand throttle there. Likewise, you can go and you can set a maximum as well. So you've got maximum engine RPM as well. So
Right.
you can bring that down and give yourself a working band to work in, so it doesn't drop below. Maybe it doesn't drop below 1300, but it doesn't ever go above 1800 on that range. So you've got that ability to set a working band, or just let the tractor do everything for you. Another neat feature, which we haven't got we'll show on one of the other machines, but we've got auto PTO on this as well. So you go in, you select so if you want to run 1000 RPM, we can actually just set the set point for the PTO on there. So if we set that to 1000, when we're running the PTO, then if we put the engine flat out, it'll only give enough revs to maintain 1000 RPM.
Right.
So if you get a bit more load, it'll sort of start to pick up a bit to maintain that. But likewise, it'll be as efficient as possible, and it will only give you just enough revs. You don't need to decide where that set point is to maintain 1000. It'll work out for you. So you just stick that all the way to flight.
And conversely as well, if you're doing an operation, I don't know, if you had a triple mower on this or a forage wagon and you came under load, will it back off your forward speed until it maintained that?
Yeah.
So the revs got back up again?
Yeah, so it prioritised that PTO, so you've got that constant PTO speed.
And in terms of other things in the cab, have you done anything else in here, or changed, or tweaked?
So there's, as well as the sort of the key, sort of, I've talked about those three key elements we talked about. So we've got the configurability, we've got the control system, we've got the connectivity. We've also just wanted to lift the whole cab and give it a bit more premium feel as well. So what we've done is a few things. You'll see that we've got sort of less bare metal, a bit more sort of plastic cladding around the cab. So just give it a bit more of a refined appearance inside. We've also there's a new climate control system in this. So we've got, if you see, just spot on the front there, I don't know if the cameras are capturing it, but you've got a solar load sensor. So it monitors incoming solar radiation as well as the ambient cab temperature. So it'll start to change the temperature a bit more quickly and efficiently.
So you can kind of, it's a bit more proactive on the old aircon.
Exactly, yeah. So we're sort of trying to preempt the changes in the temperature, and start to adjust it before it gets too hot or too cold in the cab. So.
And then with all the switch gear, that's got a lot more of a family feel. Like if you were jumping out the load holes or the TMs or the shovels, it's all got that sort of JCB kind of feel to it.
That's another sort of element of the whole design. Really, it wants to feel. You shouldn't. Although they're very different machines, they should feel like you should feel as at home in this as you are in your JCB load or your TM. Like you say, it's got that familiar feel. I mean, the joystick, there was a bit of debate when we first started looking at it. Do we go for a joystick, or do we go for more like a palm pad? Does it need a joystick at all? But there's a lot of familiarity. The number of loaders we sell with joysticks in there, our customers know a joystick. They like the feel of those joysticks, and it's kind of a bit of a case of if it's not broken, then why try and fix that? So.
And dash-wise, has that been touched at all, or played with?
So the actual steering column is the same. So we've got that set and forget steering column that you'll recognise from the previous gen. But we've got rid of the dash and we've gone for an LCD display instead on the top there. So you've got 7-inch display screen. It's not a touch screen; it is just a machine information display. So the other thing you probably can't see very well on the cameras, but it's where I'm sat. So we've got a new premium seat offering in these tractors now. So we used to just have a heated leather screen. We've now got a half leather heated and ventilated seat. So it's got a heating element in there, obviously to provide you with warmth on a cold day, but it's also got a built-in fan, so it'll circulate fresh air through the seat, keep you cool. It's just a nice, so it's like a mesh fabric in the centre and then leather trim on the sides. So your leather gives you good, better durability out in the sort of on those wear areas. The other sort of big thing we've changed is sort of visually inside the cab is the B pillar. So that's been all scalloped out so that...
I was going to say, it looks like you've taken the chunk out of it.
Exactly, yeah. So basically it used to be full length, that B pillar. We've taken it out so you still have full rotation round to the right, so 50 degrees round to the right. Even though we've added this new armrest screw, we haven't lost any of that class leading rotation that we had. We have got rid of the park brake on there, so there was the air operated park brake lever, so we've got rid of that in favour of it's an electronically controlled park brake as well. So it's just electric on and then foot on the brake and push down to release.
And is that auto or manual?
It's not auto, no. It is just a manual system. So again, but very, very simple. If you try and move off, it'll tell you on the screen. It'll pop up and say, right, just press the brake and hit down to kick that off again.
That's it.
Storage. So storage. A lot of the guys, guys and girls, are spending a lot of time, majority of their working day inside the cab. You need plenty of storage in and around. So we've kept the under where you're sat. We've still got a cool box under there.
Yeah.
We've still got the storage box under the armrest. But then down to my right hand side, I don't know whether you'll be able to see on the camera, so we can have a look a bit later on. We have also got a utility tray and a cup holder down there now, whereas before it was just sort of unused space really. And then, it hasn't got them fitted on this machine, but we've also got rear mounted cargo nets as well. So just nice and easy, simple. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, just somewhere that you can put bits and pieces around the cab, so they're not rolling around, getting in the way, they're not sort of stuffed down every gap that you've got available. Keeps things nice and tidy out the way, and a bit more efficient for the operator.
Yeah. Well, is it my turn, yeah?
Yeah, I think it might be, yeah.
Can I have a go, Tom? Please, can I have a go?
Yeah, well, I've put my money where my mouth is. I've just told you how easy it is to drive now, so hopefully you'll be able to hop on and really see that difference. Yeah. So we'll get to the end of the round, I'll let you jump in the hot seat.